Did you have to blow your nose right at the beginning of the thing, JP?
Yes.
I mean,
Cacao.
we were gonna do a dramatic beginning, and then I hear. Hey guys, welcome to the Mad Maker Show. We're back. We have SoCoMO Woodwork here in the house, and we're going to be interviewing and talking to DJ in just a little bit. I just want to mention a couple of things. So this week has been pretty crazy. It was my birthday the week before last. Yeah. There's a video on my channel with all those tools that were sent to me by a bunch of makers, and so really cool stuff. And I'm working on building a little corner for myself indoors, because I usually work outdoors, and with the rain and heat and all that, it's a pain in the butt. So I think that this will suit me just fine. But I'm working on dust collecting and all that. I got to figure that out. But anyways, we call this the Mad Maker Show. We interview folks from around the world that create things with their hands and ideas that they come up with. A lot of woodworking, metalwork. It could be anything, electronic art, And we call it the Mad Maker Show because, people that do this sort of thing aren't really normal. You guys that are our friends, you're not normal. I'm not normal either. It's just true. I mean, I'm not saying that you're bad and evil people, like evil. I'm not saying that. Although it could be. Some of you are evil and hiding in disguise, right? Acting like you're nice people, but yet you are looking for bloodshed. Now, I don't want to go off the beaten path, but I just did. This is a good example of what madness means. So the Mad Maker Show, we interview people that are totally different, the way they think, and they push the limits and do cool things with the advent of video as well online. So there's this new breed of I guess maker, woodworker, creator, where there's a little bit of what they do plus the video side of it. So yeah, in a nutshell. And I'd like to toss it over to JP.
Blooming Eloy, that was in a nutshell.
That was
a big nut.
Why, thank you.
Right. As always, I'm here. I'm drinking out of my Mancrafting mug. You can find them at mancraftingtm.com or ilikeToMakeCups.com. You can find my YouTube channel at JP Woodwork, no S. My website is jp-woodwork.com. I am 1/5 of the Makers International podcast, found at makersinternationalpodcast.com. Both websites are sponsored by Steve and Evelyn at Harnealmedia, found at harnealmedia.com. Eloy also sells music packs on his website. Can't remember the website, but that's also sponsored by Steve and Ian at harnealmedia.com. Is it Rockin' Woodworks? Does that sound like that?
Yeah,
.com?
Rockin' Woodworks with an N. All the links are below.
Yeah. I've been working on a couple of projects today. I'll show you one of them. It's still a bit tacky from the lacquer, but this is what I was doing on a live project today. It's a SoCoMo scroll saw project. I don't know how well you can see it.
Yeah, awesome. Can you shine it a little bit? Yeah.
Is that all right? You see that very well?
Totally.
So yeah, that's what I was working on today. That's a SoCoMo scroll saw stencil. So she's got plenty of them. They're pretty cool actually, and I mean that's just 3/4 inch pine that was set for the burning barrel. To be honest with you.
Can you bring it back for a second, real quick?
Yeah.
Did you do torchy torch on it?
I did. I done an Eloy on it.
Bad to the bone, dude. And that's lacquer that you finished it with?
Yeah, just clear gloss lacquer.
Nice.
So it's got about 4 or 5 coats on it. So yeah, and apart from that, cacao. Back to you.
Well, all right. So I'd like to welcome DJ Geiler to the Mad Maker Show. Dude, welcome. Thank you for coming on and hanging with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. So, like I said, I am DJ Geiler, and it's SoCoMO Woodwork, hailing here from St. Louis, Missouri.
So, dude, well, actually, the first thing I'll mention is that at some point last year, you were gonna drop by over and visit me on your way to the Keys. So there was a hurricane that hit us, and it was pretty violent. The hurricane was. Luckily for us here, we actually missed the brunt of it, and but it was pretty barbaric. Even though it covered, I mean, it covered all of Florida really, and we were on the outer dirty side, but still, dude, we were getting pelted. I mean, it was bad. But so, what was the story with that? You were come down. Was it after the storm? What was?
It was about a month after, and my friend Tom has a friend that lives in the Keys, like pretty much right about 20 miles away from the southern point, and his house was just gone. So my buddy Tom bought a new camper, had his old camper, so we were going to tow it down for him to live in until he can figure stuff out. And then that was about it. And then just issues at home, and had to take care of stuff with my daughter, so I wasn't able to make the trip. So
right. You've been in the community for a long while, ever since I can remember, and coming into the groups there on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, for a little while.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no. I actually learned more about the community. Like I had my Facebook and would just share pictures and stuff like that, and I would see other people kind of doing the same thing, but just the amount of groups and just the amount of people that are involved. Really,
I've seen. Oh, go ahead.
No, it just really kind of renewed my faith with, woodworking,
humanity?
all that. Yeah, just seeing everybody.
So I've noticed, and we'll get into it, but I've noticed you own a lathe. I just purchased a lathe myself, and mine. There's details in this and that, but let me ask you. Now that I'm in the lathe game, so how what's your warranty look like?
Okay, well, it's been nice talking to you. We're not going to talk about my warranty. Pretty much the warranty on my lathe, which I can't tell you what model it is because I got stickers everywhere. But it's as long as I'm able to pay for the repairs on it. That's my warranty.
So. I see. Do warranties generally cover like the bolts and stuff and all that?
Yeah. There's a brand out there that's stem to stern, every bolt except for one, for like 7 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, even the stand.
It slips my mind right now.
Yeah,
the name on it, but
rebuilt or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, Robert.
Is it
Robert.
Is it a Jacobson? Is it a Jacobson chuck that you use?
Sometimes, yeah.
We're just pulling Carl's.
Who's Carl?
Cacao.
Yeah.
Cacao.
So moving away from the lathe for a second, though, give us a little. So you're St. Louis. Give us a little background, so that coming up and stuff. A little bit of history, if you would, whatever you'd like to share, so that folks, know where we're coming from.
Yeah. Well, St. Louis, born and raised. Pretty much the same area I'm in now. And as far as back history goes, it's pretty much under my skin my entire life. Both my grandfathers were makers. There's stories of my dad being with them when they worked at National Lead. They would replace the plank floor, wooden floors in the factory. And my grandpas, they worked together. It gets kind of weird, but so yeah, both my grandpas worked together at National Lead. They'd pull out the old flooring. My dad was there pulling nails, like 8, 9 years old, so that they could repurpose that wood for whatever they needed it for. So my dad and my mom were, I remember they're both my grandpas. So my dad and my mom actually have baby pictures of them together in a little crib. They've known each other their whole life. So,
Wow.
yeah, my dad is, I remember learning, pretty much learning my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and knowing that, 16/30 seconds is also a half inch. So he was an auto mechanic by trade, but he would build cabinets and everything. Just, you know, it was easier just to make it than, you know, than to go out and buy it. And that's just kind of carried on. So
You have brothers and sisters?
yeah, I got a younger brother. He doesn't do, he does more artistic stuff. He does a lot of sculpting. He's really good at that. And, wants to get into special effects and, you know, monsters and everything. So, but yeah, it's, that's what he does. And then I do the woodworking.
Yeah. Do you have, so like, you know, in every area across the country and the world, there's other makers that might live close to each other. Like in my case, I have Javi from Javi's Wood Shop that lives down the road. Just found that out. And actually, it's funny, but I also have what's his name? Ozzy the Builder. He's on Instagram as well. We came across each other, or he found me at a Home Depot. I don't. Did you ever hear that story?
No, I haven't. No.
I was at a Home Depot, dude, and I'm picking out lumber, minding my business and in my own world, and I hear Eloy, Escajero Woodwork, is that you? And I turn around like, and I'm all grungy and stuff. And I'm like, eh. And all of a sudden there's this guy coming up, and I'm like, Eloy, is it you? And I said, yeah, it's me. And it's funny how that works, right? And says, hey, dude, it's Ozzy. And I promised him that I'd always, whenever I think of it, I'll tell the story again. It's Ozzy. And I said, oh, Ozzy from Instagram. Yeah, dude. And so it's like, it's feeling like I'm like a little mini like rock star and stuff. It was hilarious. So do you have people that makers that live around that you know of?
Yeah, well, I'm not too far from Opa Coster. He lives a few miles away.
Oh,
with
nice.
Opa's workshop.
Wait a second. No, wasn't Opa from the Panhandle of Florida, or he moved?
No, as far as I know, he's South City.
Oh, he might have grown up. Maybe that's what he told me, that he grew up in. He was born and raised in Florida. No,
yeah.
Panhandle.
I don't know.
And now he lives there. Oh, we're gonna have to ask him that. Okay, so Opa.
Yeah, and then Jeff
sure
Hornick.
Born and raised in West Philadelphia. On a playground, he spent most of his days.
So then Jeff, I think it's Hornung. You know what I'm saying? Hornung. He lives in North St. Louis.
Nice.
So, but I haven't met him other than on like live events or whatever. So yeah.
So you grew up basically learning from your family, you know. It came easy to you to put things together. How did you, but so I'll go to this. When did you connect with how is it that you connected with the woodworking or making in general on the internet? When did that happen? How did that happen?
That actually happened, and that was with Opa Coster. He's the one who talked. I posted something on Facebook, and he, I guess, messaged me or whatever, asking if I was in St. Louis. I guess I can't remember what it was, and I was like, yeah. And then just talking to him a couple times, and he said he was on YouTube and stuff like that, and that he kind of talked me into doing a YouTube channel, and then I got the sickness. So
yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah. So
do you have a shop? Do you have a store? online store? Do you sell any I mean, give us a little bit of
No, but evidently I'm going to. I just got T-shirts, and I've had a lot of people want them. And Carl's wearing. That's the back of it there, and then the hats and all that. So I'm gonna have to expand my website a little bit and open up a store.
Limited edition with cacao on the back.
Yeah. Here you go. I ain't taking it off because I got head bad because my luscious locks. It's everywhere. So, but yeah, I'll have to open that up. SoCoMO woodwork.com. I'm horrible at really promoting myself in some ways. So,
well, that's fine. That's why we have a Makers Media Network. We all help each other in marketing and wherever we can. You know, makers helping each other.
yeah.
But so the lathe, you keep in touch with all the stuff that Carl does, because we were talking behind the scenes, guys. And by the way, I'd like to know who's out there because I'm not watching. But just before that, if possible,
do you want to give us a quick rundown? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just say one. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so you turn, but you said you hadn't turned in a little bit, right?
Yeah. Right. It's
But
been about a week.
Oh, a week. That's nothing.
Yeah. That's a little bit.
Oh.
It is for a wood turner.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I just haven't turned. I turned a bowl, and it's firewood now, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, I need to. We'll talk a little bit about the lathe here in a second. But yeah, JP, if you can let us know who's out there.
Okay. We have TJ, John from Be Happy Woodwork and Honeybees, Greg from Snow Crusher. It is Greg, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Jim Bashir's, Robin Jacobson, Carl Jacobson, Jake Thompson. By the way, if you haven't seen Jake Thompson's HVLP Harbour Freight review on his channel, you better go and check it out. It's pretty good. You Do It, My Defences, Tracy Keaton, Mark Lindsay, Bull City Woodworks, Jim Dockrell, Bobby Duke, 5x30 Woodworking, Harnealmedia, which is Steve Nealon, Matt Huss, Herb Lichtenberg. I think that's it for the time being. OJ is out there as well.
If you guys have questions,
and Bob Lee and Bales and Liberty Woodworking.
Go ahead. What was that?
They're Liberty Woodworking and Bales.
Okay. Wow.
And Bob Lee's Woodshop.
And who else?
And Bob Lee's Workshop.
Okay.
Or Woodshop.
Full house.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Bunch of folks there. So let's talk a little bit about the lathe. So I just got the lathe, right? And both of you guys have been turning for a while. So what's the story? I mean, there's like some sort of battle or internal within the world of turning where it's like to carbide or to do traditional tools and this and that? What's the story with that? Because
some people say that there's some would say there's a war. I think real turners would say that there's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
I'm slowly dipping into the carbide world. So.
Well, how do you sharpen your traditional tools then?
I have actually Sears by me was going out of business, and I bought a sharpener there that had a reservoir in it that it turns at a slow speed to real high grit. The stone is, and then it's got a reservoir for like water or whatever. I usually use oil, and I'll sharpen that way. Or I have my bench grinder that I have a 100 grit wheel on, and I think I can't remember the grit on the other wheel. I just bought it, so that I'll turn with that too, or that I'll sharpen with that. So, but you know, I'm
I've
pretty
seen
much all thumbs when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
which part, the sharpening?
yeah, yeah. I got a scraper that I got when my first lathe I got from my dad, and it was a Craftsman benchtop, and I'm actually pulling pieces together because I want to get into making pins and stuff. So I'm gonna kind of retrofit that with a mandrel and all that just to make pins and cut it down a little bit. But yeah, I got a bunch of tools and stuff from my dad, and at one point I had a scraper that was a pretty good size, and it's pretty short now. So it's a good size for making pins.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've seen Carl. He has this wheel. It's like maybe a metal or diamond. I don't know what the heck it is that he uses to sharpen. What is that? Do you guys know? Have you seen?
It's a tool sharpener.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is too. It's like a diamond encrusted metal wheel, and then
Yeah, you kind of slide a jig into it, and then you just twist it around, and it kind of does. I know you get like a special attachment that you put your tool into, and tighten it down at the right angle, and then you just slide the bar into it, and then you just spin it on the angle of it.
Yep.
So what? Give us a bit of what are the
There you go. Tracy just said it. It's a CBN wheel.
CBM wheel. Yeah, it looked like it could sharpen really quickly, which I kind of like that idea. Quick and get it done and go.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Twidell also uses like a diamond card scraper, if you like. I guess that's what it is. And every now and again, he just quickly like touches up the end of the tools.
You mean by hand? He just
just by hand, and that just kind of keeps the end sharp.
Yeah, I got one of those too, a sharpening stone and like an all stone and all that too. But yeah, as far as the sharpening goes, yeah.
Well, do you get special? Do you have a place where you can get exotic wood and stuff around your area?
I get mine from Oregon.
Oh.
Wow. I got a hardwood, Schaller hardwood not far from me, and then I go to Woodcraft. So, or I just wait and see what trees are being cut down and sweet talk the tree trimmers. So
you'll turn like what is it, green wood? Just
Oh yeah. I like turning green wood, and that with you getting your lathe and everything, you should probably turn green wood. It turns really. It's just real smooth. So.
Yeah. We do have a few questions coming up here, but I'll just say this about that. So, I'm doing a project now. It's a very simple. It's going to be to shape a thing, part of the video project / whatever, and then I'm going to add other things to it. So I'm including the lathe in a very subtle way, but I'm like 3 days into it. I'm pretty stoked. It's such a fun thing. I've talked with a lot of cats behind the scenes, and they say, yeah, grab a tree from a branch from here and there, but those pieces have to sit and dry like forever. Don't they?
Well, yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's something you can rough out. Like you could take green wood and rough out a bowl, or whatever you're wanting to do, and then set it off, seal the ends and all that, so it can dry and hopefully not misshapen or crack too bad. So,
What was that bowl that you tossed that became firewood? What was the wood?
Oh, that was a friend of mine at work gave me a cherry burl, and how he cut it was it was like the trunk. I don't know if you can see my hands. It's like the trunk and then the burls here. So it's just one of the offcuts from the branch or trunk or whatever. I was just trying it out. I haven't really had any good luck with cherry. So
here's a piece of cherry that's still wet. You see how orange it is still.
Yeah.
How long does that have to sit then?
Depends how thick it is. Could be a long, long time.
Yeah, but you guys seem to have an incredible amount of freaking patience. Honestly, it's like in 20 years from now, this bowl will be ready to be finished off. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, it'd be worth it.
but it'll be worth it, once I'm
Kind of like 27 hours of scrolling.
Right. Right. The nurses at the nursing home could feed me my oatmeal out of this bowl. So
yeah, you know what? You're right. What you guys are saying, but at the same time, it's like I want to get in, get it done, freaking go next.
Yeah.
You know what? Glue up a load of plywood. You'll be surprised how nice that looks when it's finished.
Oh, with the I've shaped plywood with the angle grinder, and it's cool though. But with the lathe now, a lot of cool stuff can be made.
But don't just do it all in one thing. Go like that way, then do this section that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way.
Really?
Kind of alternate it.
Yeah,
well, let me ask you one. I know there's quite. I'm sorry, DJ. Go ahead.
That's all right. No, I posted a few months ago that a couple vases that I turned that were made out of plywood, and then this big bowl. I ended up just giving it away to a lady that's always following me and liking my stuff and all that. I gave her this bowl that was made out of plywood. But if you want to learn how to sharpen tools, turn something on with plywood, because it will dull your tools fast.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Where can we see that bowl, on the Facebooks or on Instagram?
Yeah, it should be on Facebook.
On Facebook, and that's SoCoMO woodwork.
Facebook, DJ Geiler, and then my page is SoCoMO woodwork.
Okay.
So, I tried doing just SoCoMO woodwork as a page, but for whatever reason, it kept bringing me back to mine. I don't know. I don't really know.
Are they connected? Well, they're connected because it's you, but
yeah.
So you put all your projects on there, the photos and stuff on your Facebook.
Yeah.
But you really, we were talking before, and you never answered the question. But you really want folks to check out and subscribe to your YouTube, right? That's the thing.
Yeah. That'd be. I'd love to see my subscription numbers go up, and so I think sometimes, well, in Atlanta there was a guy that was actually surprised at, I guess, how low my subs were. He thought I would have more, and I'm like, well, that just tells me you didn't sub. But but yeah, I don't know. It becomes a thing, a Medal of Honor. I wanted to get to 100, and then I got past 100. Now I'm like, ooh, if I can get a couple hundred, it's a sickness.
Well, we're all buddies and friends and makers here, so I'm sure that folks will go and give you a thumbs and a sub, for sure, right? JP, there's questions I don't want to.
Yeah, I'll get to them right now. The first one comes from Jake Thompson. Who the heck is DJ?
I'm lucky. I talked to Jake earlier. He was telling me he's going to think of a question. So I said, I asked the question, and a bunch of people are going to wonder, who the hell is DJ? Oh, and let me real quick, Muddy Fences. Thanks for the sub, buddy or lady. Oh, I'll sub back. I sub for sub. So.
Okay, so next question is Muddy Fences. Do lathes require much maintenance?
For me, just because I for the longest time I worked in factories and stuff like that in the printing industry, so we were constantly adding oil to the motors and doing belt dressing and all that. So I just from doing that, I carry that over with mine. I'll oil it, and I got some belt dressing fluid that I'll put on there and stuff like that. But mostly, a lot of people just say just dust it off with your air hose. That's what I think.
We get to cover up the defects with stickers.
Huh?
We get to cover up the defects with stickers.
That's right.
3 Dot Spoons as a question says, what is the maddest thing you've ever done?
Oh gosh, I built. It was about 4 Halloweens ago. I built a 18-foot clown face out of plywood that the kids had to walk through, and then I canopied over. It was at the end of my sidewalk, right at the driveway, and I canopied over it with black tarp and stuff, and the kids had to walk through the mouth of the clown to get to my front door to get candy. And I had, but this thing was taller. I have a 1-story house, and the top of this clown was basically at my roof peak. So, yeah, it was 18 feet tall. It took about 5 sheets of plywood, all in all.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll
That was
repost
pretty
a
cool.
picture of that. I think that's on the Facebooks, but yeah, I'll repost a picture of that.
That sounds
And
freaking
the
awesome.
links are there, so you could follow DJ. If you want to follow him to Instagram or to YouTube or to the Facebooks or to his website, they're all down there.
You know what would be cool? We get a massive picture, do that massive picture of Carl when he has to walk through his hair. The L'Oreal one.
That's right.
That is disturbing, dude. But
But
quite
think
soothing
about it.
quite soothing and calming at the same time.
And the inside, once you got through the mouth of the clown, like I had strobe lights and everything going, I took my hot glue gun and would glue against the tarp and then string it down, and it felt like you were walking through spider webs. So I love Halloween. I just love decorating for Halloween, and then it's up, tear it down over the weekend after Halloween, and then put all the Christmas crap up. So.
Good. Right, we have a 2-part question now from Miss Robin Jacobson.
Oh, Jacobson. I remember mentoring a Carl Jacobson back in my day, teaching him the ways of the lathe. Wonder how he's doing.
Yeah, don't hear from him much lately, do you?
He had potential. I don't know.
Yeah, he was talking about starting a YouTube channel at one point. I don't know if he ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, question from.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, Carl, if you're listening.
Sing the song. 1, 2, 3, go.
That's the only part I know.
Go chasing waterfalls.
That's the only part I know.
DJ,
Don't chase
DJ,
waterfalls.
Hold on. No. If you got to sing it.
What?
1, 2, 3, go.
I'm not singing, dude. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you're gonna have people leave the show and be like, "I'm not going back."
Right. The questions are: what does DJ do for a living, and what does Carl behind him do for a living?
Carl behind me stands in awe of DJ. And what I do for a living is I'm a paramedic. So
There we go.
Yeah, that's my day job.
And how many times have you sent Snapchats of yourself, sort of like, "Go on, smile," or done the double bunny rabbit ears?
Right? Yeah. One, in all seriousness, no, never. But
wait a second. You said you started that with 1. You said, well, 1, and then you said, seriously,
right. Yeah, well, 1, no, I've never done that. 2, we talked about that in a different hangout, doing a Snapchat with my patients, and all kinds of crude humor was happening. So,
sir, could we just please go? Just 1 second.
Right, yeah. I can't breathe. Have to look cute.
Yes, Mad Maker.
A question from Matt Haas. He said, question, face shield for lathe work, some of the time or all of the time?
What is it?
Face shield for the lathe work, some of the time or all of the time?
I don't know. Some of the time. I'll go.
Yeah. Like the danger zone. Hey, like, back to you.
All right. Well, you know,
Now you got me thinking of the face shield thing.
yeah, dude, you should wear a face shield because I mean, even a little piece, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got a newbie here. You should be setting a good example.
that's
Then
right. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes,
then
Eloy,
you'll be picking
always.
your own snap, you know,
Yeah.
ambulance, you know. Yeah, you know, just your eyes, dude. Damn. So let
I
me.
think I was part of it. I did an outtakes video at the end of 2017. And I think part of it was I was doing all these turnings, so I got new tools, and I didn't have a face shield on at all with any of it. And then finally I did, and I had to point out, you know, before
Yeah.
the safety police show up and arrest me,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what, dude? Bottom line, I'll tell you what. We live in a free country. Face shield, don't afraid. That's your damage, right? And I'm not
yeah,
saying you.
that's
I'm just
right.
saying for people at large, right? Come
Yeah.
on.
If I want to send a chunk of walnut and take my jaw off, that's my God-given right.
On the heels of that, I will say, you know, and I'm just going to say this for the folks out there, just so that you know, okay, this is a question for everybody. If you, as a maker out there, and us here, if you can't reach arm's length and grab a knife, some sort of implement, you're not a maker. Come on, right here.
This old steak knife, I made I had to remake the handle.
Nice. Hey, JP, what is that you're holding? You gotta say something.
Hello.
Okay, you qualify. I do want to mention there's a challenge. I don't know what the details are, if it's out yet, but it's about to be. Maybe JP knows better, but there's a plywood challenge. 1 sheet of plywood. You build something from that. The details and all that are, I believe, with Portal Woodworks. That's David Jones. So I just wanted to put that out there, and so I think that should be an exciting thing. What can you do with a sheet of ply? It doesn't have to be the full sheet. I believe, is that the story?
Something like that. I know he was talking about doing something like that. I think he said you don't have to use all of it if you don't want to, but you can, obviously. It doesn't matter what you make, just make something.
Okay.
So, I think about making a pen.
Well, we'll get more. You could do anything, yeah, right? You can
make a pen blank.
Now, well, if that's the case, and I got a bowl blank right here.
Well, let's see that bowl blank.
Huh? You want to see it?
Yeah.
It is. Oh.
So that's what I'm talking about, Eloy.
Right.
That's what you've got to do.
So yeah, this one's ready to go sometime.
Just don't put screws in to hold it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that. I won't be doing that yet because I need some extra hardware and stuff. I think Patrick from Patrick's workshop is, I don't even know, like a jaw chuck of sorts. I don't know what the heck. But let me ask you this, DJ. So what's the story with your name though, SoCoMo?
SoCoMo?
Yeah, we don't know. I've always been curious.
Well, the area I live in St. Louis is commonly referred to as SoCo. It's South County, and then Mo is Missouri. So, and I got the name from again my friend that went down to the Keys. You know, he years ago was did some kind of barbecue thing, and he called it SoCoMo Smokers. So then I asked him about taking the name and using it for SoCoMo Woodwork, and then he's like, "Yeah, go ahead, because it ain't trademarked, you know." So here it is, and here I am.
So SoCoMO.com.
Yeah, that's why it's like and like on YouTube. That's why it's like capital S, lowercase o, yeah, capital C, lowercase o, and then capital M, capital O.
Nice. It's quick to easy to remember too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just where I live. That's what SoCoMO.
And how is it living over there though in St. Louis? What's
Oh, well, I love it. It's home.
okay?
Yeah. Some people they have this idea that it's just riots all the time, that we just do that,
Mm-hmm.
because McDonald's gives us a small fry instead of a large fry. We'll have a riot, and it's not.
They gave you half of their logo.
So
They did.
it's not like that at all. I don't. I'm like 10 minutes away from area called Soulard, 15 minutes away from Busch Stadium. So, yeah.
Nice. But you guys? I mean, how about like? So I live like miles, like maybe 20 miles from the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Always, the ocean's always ready and available there. Not that I visited. Do you guys have like bodies of water? I know this is like from left field, but I'm just asking. I'm curious.
No, not really. I mean, we got the Merrimack River and the Mississippi River, but other than that, you make friends with people that have pools. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know GP is a hop, skip, and a jump to the ocean.
Yeah, literally a stone's throw away. Sometimes I can hear the waves from my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so pretty cool.
But do people go swimming there? I don't think so.
Yeah, people go. There's actually a routine that they do on New Year's Day, I think it is.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that they do it on Boxing Day as well, which is obviously the 26th of December, where they basically just run into the sea. Big crowds just run into the sea, and it doesn't matter if there's snow on the beach; they will just do it anyway. I don't know if that's just crazy Brits or it's just a tradition, but they do it, yeah.
Huh.
So it's just I don't know, just reasons just to run into the water, I suppose. I don't know.
That water's got to always be cold.
No, you'll be surprised. It's kind of strange how it works. It seems like the colder the weather, the warmer the water.
Oh well, because the outside temperature.
There was one stage back in like the 80s, or maybe I think it was late 80s, early 90s, where the actual the actual sea actually froze, like the surface of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So there's great big chunks of ice being swept up onto the beach.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
So DJ, tell us a little bit about your shop. Where's it located? First of all.
Well, like I said, South County, in St. Louis, and it's just a one-car garage. Slowly took over, from the wife and everything, and then, pretty much open my garage door, and there's my table saw, and then I have a 9-foot outfeed table. I posted months ago the organizer I did for my clamps and power tools and stuff on like wasted space area off the table saw.
Yeah.
And then as you move along, I have a bug coming in there, but I have my miter saw bench, and that's about 18 feet long, and then I have my router table set up at the end of it, so you can kind of see it. It's a mess. Like I said, this is where my router is, and then down farther is my miter saw, and then across from that is a 12-foot table for my radio arm saw.
Can you pan it?
I would, but
if it's a mess.
You won't be able to see anything because everything's piled up, because I took those cabinets out, and now I'm going to do a French cleat, like where that plywood is. You see that?
Turn it towards your left.
I'm going to put like French cleats. You can kind of see.
Yeah.
And then back that way is the shop. Drill press. All my old projects, some of the stuff my grandfather did.
Nice. Pan it down a little bit.
And then the radio arm saw. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, like I said, it's an absolute mess, but I was watching a video on YouTube, and
It looks like my house. It looks like my house 2 days ago.
But I was watching this video on YouTube, and the guy had talked about how don't have cabinets or doors because then things are lost, and it just kind of made sense. So I'm gonna make a bunch of bins and do a French cleat, and then hold that kind of stuff in there with that. So
yeah, I'm in the middle of that too.
Yeah,
but I'm bringing it into my living room.
Yeah, I'm shopping around trying to find an actual shop. So I'm looking.
And what do you do for
sorry, speaking of your shop, Julian Martinez wants to know, is your shop bigger than Jake's?
Jake Thompson?
Yeah.
No. I don't know if my house is bigger than Jake's.
Or the block.
Yeah. I don't know if my house or the neighbor's house together.
Forget that, the state.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be nice, though, right?
Yeah.
You get in your golf cart to drive over to the lathe or to
right. Yeah.
And then you reach there, and then you forget like a whatever, right? It could be a piece of wood, so you have to get back in the golf cart, turn it, and drive all the way back to the other side of the shop. You know, I mean, it's crazy stuff.
I know. Yeah. I heard that he could turn the radio on in one corner, and there's actually like a delay by the time it reaches him at the other corner. So.
Did you see the video though that he did?
Yeah, with the football.
He threw a football, and he looks down.
Do you have any twos?
Freaking hilarious, dude. Yeah. So what projects are? What projects? Give us a rundown of the projects that you've done. And JP just said that there's more questions. So just answer that. Give us a little rundown, quick rundown, and then we'll answer that.
Projects I've done. I've pretty much made cabinets. A few years ago, I made what was supposed to be shelves for a couple, and it ended up being this like custom built-in entertainment center with 2 towers at the end on either side. It ended up being about 9 feet tall, and then the whole thing spread about 12 feet across. So, that was one of that's when I learned real quick that building stuff for people kind of sucks. So, because it took the fun out of it, because they just kept calling. At first it was 8 feet tall, then they wanted them 9 feet tall. So then I had to figure out how to, after I had them built, how am I going to gain a foot?
Dude, I know what you mean. I was doing that for a while and making custom stuff for people. And I still do it, but in a smaller, like signs and this and that, and you know, boxes, and if you want. But before I was doing like furniture and handyman work too. And it's always, you know, once you're getting ready to finish up, they change it up on you, you know, and there's got to be a balance because it can drive a person crazy, and everything takes, you know, effort to tweak to what folks want. So there has to be, you know, a balance there and stuff. But yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Yeah. So, but yeah, then I think they changed the plans about 7 times, and I finally told them that I was going to have to start charging them for every change. So,
yeah,
you know, I said, because technically, if I charged you for all the changing that you did, you would have more into it, you know, as far as how much it costs for all the changes than it would for the actual thing. So,
Jamie Page just said that he had to drop for a second because his mic went on the fritz.
Huh.
And that there were some questions out there. So let me see if I can double back here real quick here. I can't find the questions here.
It's coming back.
So I mean, don't worry.
Okay.
I did leave you a note on the side chat. So
I did read it. I was gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, we've got some questions if you want me to get to them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Julia Martinez
Mhm,
has asked a question. Makes no sense, but nonetheless, we'll get to it. How old is that lathe you're trying to get working?
Oh man, it's it's got to be from the late '80s, you know, and then yeah, I'll just go with that. It's got to be from the '80s because I've seen older models of Craftsman bench tops, and it doesn't look like it's more modern. So like fiberglass kind of casings over the belts and stuff compared to metal. So
there we go. That's the first one. Right. Second one said he came in late. So what is SoCoMo's favorite thing to work on or make?
I really like pretty much anything with the lathe, really. That's and as far as that goes, I like taking green wood and just I've made bird houses, and I made a bird feeder that the center part that would actually hold it had a profile of a bird. Just quirky little things. Just, I love making Christmas ornaments. So I got a bunch of those floating around. So
Okie dokie. Next one. Jim would like to know, what is the craziest thing you've seen from work that you can talk about?
the craziest thing I've seen that I can talk about. God.
If you can't think of the ones that you can talk about, then tell us the ones you can't.
Okay. I'm trying to think of some crazy stuff.
What's the strangest thing you've taken out of a human body?
Oh man.
Do it.
All I'm gonna say is we just talked about this at work. And I'm just gonna 2 words. Well, 3 words, 4 words. Man-made billy club. So yeah.
Okay, I am so sorry.
But I am not turning one of those. You can forget it.
I mean, man-made billy club.
Yeah.
Can you please, if you could, grant us some way to connect that in a proper way, because holy smokes.
Yeah. Okay. How to connect it. All I can say is that a man-made billy club should not be used as a suppository.
Oh no, dude.
So there you go.
Oh no.
That's about it. That's about all I can.
Oh, asked, who asked that question? Who was the guy that asked that question?
Jim. I don't know if it was Jim Docker or Jim Bashir's.
Man, the two Jims are always screwing stuff up.
I'm guessing it was Jim Docker because he's Canadian.
I've had guys that run their hands through table saws and stuff like that. I had one guy that had his ear that pretty much amputated by a weed eater. So
you just opened up on us now.
Yeah, I'm thinking now they're all coming to me. Now the nightmares are coming out, and I'm gonna have to go drink. So
not a small one either.
Hey.
Oh dear. Right. 3 Dot Spoons says, what kind of music do you listen to?
God, it sounds cliche. I listen to everything. I really do. You listen to my playlist. I have Slayer, and then I have Barry Manilow, and then I'll have some Mozart, and really, I like the soundtrack. I've been listening to that a lot lately. It's for that movie Requiem to a Dream. I've been listening to that soundtrack and kind of getting into more electric dubstep kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's all over the place. But yeah, neighbors love it. I go from, like I said, Slayer to Copacabana. So
yeah, I'm kind of that way too, dude. I don't mind, busting out with some oldies or going metal. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was I listening? Oh, I was listening to the Stories and their the song "Brother Louie," which if you've seen the TV show Louie with Louis C.K., it's that theme song, but it's a band from the '70s. So I was listening to that earlier, cleaning up, and yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I'm oblivious. I am
Uh-huh.
oblivious to TV. What's going on TV, like totally for the past long time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's crazy.
I'm able to keep up with it because of the wife. She, her main thing is all the zombie movies and horror movies and all that fun stuff. I like comedies. I'd rather laugh than scream. So
Horror movies are pretty fun, though. I'll tell you.
yeah, I got a handful that no matter what, I'll watch them. Like The Exorcist and The Shining. Oh God, was it not Night of the Living Dead? Was Evil Dead?
Yeah,
Yeah, those are go-to cult classics. So
totally, dude. There's also Fright Night, which I've always liked, and The Lost
Creep
Boys.
Show. I just remembered Creep Show the other day. I was like, oh man, I forgot all about that damn movie, Creep Show. That was.
So let me ask you, going back to the lathe. Let me ask you about this.
Mhm.
Have you know how they make boxes, and they'll make the lip with the box. Have you messed with that?
I made a box. Well, it was more like a lidded bowl. I made one a couple weeks ago. I had to post it and all that, and I gave that away too. I give a lot of my stuff away. So I just.
But you do want to start putting stuff up to sell, yeah?
Yeah. So, but as far as the stuff I do, yeah, I don't mind selling it. I'll put T-shirts and hats and stuff like that up on the website. Sell that, can cozies, or what's the other thing? I just talked to the tax guy, and he was telling me all this stuff I need to get. Because SoCoMO Woodwork is also an LLC. So,
Right.
and it's he was telling me I need to promote more. I guess I didn't do very well this year with taxes with it. So, but no, probably because I keep giving shit away. So,
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you need to do a bit more DIY.
yeah. I have to build more cabinets and get aggravated with people. So, so, but yeah, no, I did like a little bowl, and that was out of a branch that fell out of the tree in the backyard. So I don't even know what kind of wood it is, but as you turn it's yellow, and then you let it sit after you turn for a while, and it gets kind of real pale and black. Not like spalted, just the color in it is. So yeah, it's weird.
And you said you wanted to get into pen turning, but you've turned pens before, yeah?
I've turned pins at like convention shows and stuff like that, and then
Oh, but earlier you said, "Oh, I'd like to get." Was it that you'd like to get back?
I would like to get into it and learn how to do it. I also want to learn how to weld. So that seems to be my focus right now. Is I'm watching a lot of machinist videos and stuff like that, and welding, and I don't know. I just
I
like
know where to get you a
making.
nice pen blank. You have to give it a couple of months before you can grow it back first, though.
Yeah, no, thanks. nah.
So, where do you see, and where do you want to go with making? And I mean, what do you dream about and think about, or dig, and think, oh, this is where kind of I'd like to take this,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna stick with the turning more. In fact, I'm shopping around for a new lathe. So I need to get one because mine, well, I can do bowls and stuff like that. I'm limited. I only got about 14 inches that I can actually work with.
Right.
I can turn the headstock over and then do longer, but I don't have any way of holding the tool rest to work it, and not safely anyway. So I'm looking at a lathe, and this thing I'll be able to turn up to like what is it, 24 inches, I think. And then the lathe itself weighs about 800 pounds. So
what brand is it?
Grizzly.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's like $3,300, you know, which, I mean, I'm hobbyist at it, you know. If I did, I don't know, I think if I did it more.
But you could bust out a ton of pens and smaller projects and put those up, you know, for sale and
right.
push your brand and market along with videos, and then build up and actually pay for it. I mean, it's easier said than done, but
like I said, it'd be nice setting up that older lathe just for that, and then it's done. I can put it on its own board, its own thing, stow it away, pull it out, make a couple pins, you know. So I was at Woodcraft a few weeks ago, and I seen that they have a pencil thing. It's you know, I didn't even know that, and I'm like, wow.
That's
but nice. I don't have any way of doing anything, so kind of sucks because then I got to leave, and I'm like, I want to turn something for that, but I don't have.
I made a pen out of hex nuts.
Yeah, that was cool, dude.
Out of what?
I like that. I like it when it's quirky, different things, you know.
Yeah.
Out of hex nuts, he said.
There's a video on it.
I do want to. There's a video on JP's channel, and that was the first one. It's never been done, actually. Right? As far as we know.
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah.
I do want to stop because JP just. This is a news flash here, minute to minute. Yeah, we're getting the ticker tape. I don't know why I did this and said ticker tape because it's not coming through my ear. Folks,
we broadcast this into this live stream with a bit of news flash for you.
Yeah, I don't know why it's coming through my ear, but it is. So what's the story with Jake?
The story is Jake Thompson from Northside Custom Crafts has just hit 4,000 subscribers. So well done, Jake.
All right. Hot dog.
Yeah. Also, DJ is over now over 160 subscribers.
Oh, wow. Way to go.
Well done.
Yeah, I'll check my notifications and sub back to everybody. So that's my rule with it, is that I sub for sub. So
now, let me ask you this. You did go to the Atlanta show this year.
Yeah.
Did you go last year?
Yeah.
So last year you met a bunch of people brand new for the first time, yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the first time I ever met Have. Izzy Swan, met Carl, met Robin, met Andy Berkey, just pretty much all the names. Everybody you can, Gib Clark. Let me look at my stickers. Hold on, I can tell you. Jimmy DeResta, Paul Jackman, Frank, Shogun Jimmy, Steve Carmichael. Yeah. So.
But how about this guy here?
Oh, Jamie Page? Yeah, I met him too.
Cacao, DJ. Cacao.
Cacao, buddy.
Did you? That was hilarious.
Cacao.
Did you?
I thought he was actually saying stop. I'm like,
and so you kept going anyway. So either way,
right?
Did you have any impressions of people when you first saw them? Like you saw them and you knew them already. Like people you might have thought that were taller, they're not taller, shorter, but they're taller, stuff like that. Give us a little bit of that.
As far as I was really surprised. Well, I also met David Welder, but I thought Jimmy DeResta was taller than he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're about the same height. I'm like 5'9". He was like 5'8", 5'9", somewhere in there. I thought he was, a little bit taller. God, what else? Izzy Swan just blew me away. Never met him before until then, and we, you know, it was like we were the best of friends, you know.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. It was just a really good time. Just, you know, I mean, everybody, Bill Lutz, you know,
Luke's was
all
the
of them.
first person I saw, and he sort of
Yeah.
so his big arms just came out, and I was like, "Oh, Bill."
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So let me ask you: did you enjoy the show this evening?
What, Bad Maker?
Yeah. Did you enjoy this?
Oh man, more than I can actually tell you. This was a blast. So
Awesome, dude. Well,
yeah.
we're glad that you've come on and hung with us. So will you come back again? And
Of
say
course. Oh yeah. So
good.
yeah, without a doubt. So provided I'm not working. So that's the only downfall, you know.
You could at least do a picture shot of whatever you're doing and say, "Hey guys, I'm busy."
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll have to try to get some pictures from the ambulance. I tried doing it last night with my little Bitmoji with Snapchat, but it wasn't working out too well.
So where do you want folks to subscribe to you or check you out? And anything you'd like to say, if you want to shout anybody out, just any final words.
Final words. You can find me on the YouTubes. You can find me SoCoMO Woodwork, Facebook DJ Geiler, and then SoCoMO Woodwork. I'm on Instagram. I believe is DJ Geiler.
It is.
And then what else? I wrote them down. Website SoCoMowoodwork.com. If anybody wants stickers, just send me an email, SoCoMowoodwork@gmail.com, and I'll get it stickers out to you. As far as shout outs, on Instagram, there's Annie's Woodwork. She's like a little mini maker, a little girl.
Okay.
I don't know how old she is. I sent her a sticker today. Who else? Oh, Rick with Panhandle. What is it? Panhandle Woodworks. I met him at Atlanta this year and found out he was actually from St. Charles, which is, it was kind of nice having somebody somewhat close, So, I mean, I met a bunch of great people and hung out. The after party was a blast, but yeah, as far as that's about it, really. I'll think of a bunch once we're done. I'll be like, damn it. So, oh, I should say, Cat Home with Nautical. She was the winner of this year's Makers Rock collab. She was my winner.
Oh, cool. That was fun, by the way, wasn't it?
That was fun. I actually signed up today for 2019. I have no idea what album I'm going to do. So I just put it in as to be determined. And
what's the genre?
Yeah, I think it's anything, any decade, any. So.
All right.
Well, it's Makers Rock, but I might do it as Makers Easy Rock. So,
The White Album.
That's right.
All right, JP.
All my links and that were at the start, and they're in the description, so I don't need to repeat myself. So back to you, Eloy.
All right. So listen, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next week. Same time, same channel. I know that it's getting close to that Maker Central, and I don't know exactly, that falls on a weekend. I don't know what the lowdown is with that. Is that coming up soon? Is that going to conflict with the show?
That I come back on the 7th. However, I may have Bobby Duke with me. So,
what, during the show?
During the show, so I don't know if I will actually be at home. So I will have to let you know.
Okay. Get a if you could. I know you have 2 shows that you're a part of. This one being the cooler one. But with that said, if you can do a mini interview with Bobby Duke, something, or just like a nice pickup footage for the Mad Maker Show. That'd be cool. Something to that effect. Anything we could, we can use to sort of make a nice
I'll get him walking around Marnie's Wildlife Park, walking with the penguins, like, and then a thug life.
Speaking of Maker Central, I got a request, Jamie. Get me a sticker from Nick Zametti with NZ Woodwork, where wood turning, because, and this goes back to Atlanta 2017, DeRusta stole my sticker from Nick.
I've got some of Nick's.
I've got some from
the UK and Ireland Woodturning Symposium, so I've still got some of Nick's.
Yeah,
he does out there.
Right. No, he doesn't know that he stole it. I don't think he knows. That's the story I'm getting anyway. But yeah, I was looking. I had mine. I gave him one of mine. He was like, "Oh, thanks a lot." Gave me his, and I was like, "Hey, look, I said I also met Nick," and he was like, "Oh, thanks a lot," and he took it, and I'm like, I can't tell DeRusta, "Hey, give me my sticker back," because one, I'm a grown man, and two, right? So, yeah. So yeah, that's the other thing, Eloy. That's the other thing I was surprised about meeting everybody in 2017. DeRusta's a thief.
This has been a first on the show. We have a few. So there was that horrible. What was that thing that you had to pull out of? Oh my goodness! And now
it's funny how he finds so much stuff on the streets of New York.
All right, guys. I don't know what to tell you. You heard it here. We'll catch you guys next week, and have a great week. See you.
See you later, everybody.
Thanks.